Hi, my name is Jess. I am the Programme Director for the Social Mobility Business Partnership. So as the Programme Director of SMBP, I'm responsible for making sure that all of our programmes across the UK run in a timely and high quality manner. So that's everything from operations to finance, making sure we're on budget, and just making sure the students that take part in the programmes have a really enriching experience, and the partners as well have a really positive experience when they deliver their days for the students. The Social Mobility Business Partnership is a charity that works with 16 to 18-year-old students from low-income backgrounds. We offer week-long placements for students where they visit 4 different businesses and a professional sports club across a week, gaining loads of insight into a variety of industries whilst boosting their competency skills and confidence. The SMBP was registered as a charity in 2017. We actually started as a little project before that in 2014. We were known then as the Legal Social Mobility Partnership. Back then, we had just 20 students joining us for one of our week-long programmes in London. Since then, we've made it our mission to try and have SMBP projects all across the UK, particularly in cold spots. So that's areas where there's sort of deprivation and a wider poverty gap than other areas of the UK. So we now run programmes in 20 towns and cities across the UK, and we'll have over 700 students come through our programmes this year. I've actually been involved in developing all of the apps, and I wouldn't consider myself to be a tech-savvy person, but I guess Fliplet allows me to feel quite tech-savvy because the dashboard is fantastic to work on. Even I can add new sections in the app and publish new areas as well, which has been great. The development of the app was pleasantly easy, I would say. I suppose the hardest thing was getting it approved by Apple, which I think is renowned for. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but that was certainly our biggest challenge. But yeah, in general, the Fliplet dashboard has been really user-friendly. So in order to maintain the app, we regularly go into the dashboard and add new sections that are relevant to students. For example, in Pathways into Law, there's all the SQE routes now. So it's been really simple actually in terms of adding new sections and getting that published once you've had the initial app published on both Apple and Google. Overall, we've been pleasantly surprised by how little time it's taken to keep maintaining the app once it's been up and launched. And of course, if there's anything that we can't do, because it requires a little bit of extra tech expertise, the Fliplet team are always on hand to help. I guess the only other thing I'd like to say is just thank you to Fliplet for helping us develop the app, because it's made a huge difference to our day-to-day working life, I suppose. So we started using Fliplet and developing the app just before the pandemic came, which was incredibly timely because we pivoted to a virtual delivery of our programme, which the app was incredibly useful for. But the reason that we decided to develop the app was because we were overloaded with admin, basically, as a team. And we'd gotten to the point that we had completely used up all of our resource in terms of how many projects we could be running, how many student placements we could be offering. And so we made a decision as an organisation that we needed to invest time into technology to really try and free us up as a team. And the app has been fantastic at doing that. We used to receive the students' registration forms via paper, and some of those would be posted or photos would be sent to us, and the documents would be upside down and all over the place and in the wrong order. So you can imagine the nightmare that was. Whereas now, when students submit their forms, it's all online and it all is in a beautifully organised data source. So that's been incredibly helpful. I think the other key driver on the technology side for students, particularly the students that we're working with, they're 16 to 18-year-olds, they're glued to their phones, and us being able to send students a push notification to remind them that, they need to set an alarm for the next day to be on time to go to the businesses, and have they sorted out their outfit for the next day, and all these little things that we can do in the app and just being in the students' pockets has been, I think, a lot more valuable than we ever anticipated. I think as well, the sort of functionality that Fliplet allows has enabled us to create a really interactive experience for the students before they take part in the programme, and that's also helped us with our retention. So we will send students push notifications in the run up to the programmes, highlighting different areas of the app that they can go into and have a look at before they take part in the programme. So that's helped not just for the onboarding process, but also the retention as well. So yeah, it's been really valuable. The other piece, actually, we had another big project that we worked with, which was developing some online modules in the app. So these are resilience and goal planning modules, and these are based on our resilience and goal planning day that we deliver in partnership with professional sports clubs. But for students that can't attend our programs in person, we deliver an online program. So we have created these resilience and goal planning modules in the app to give students the same learning experience, but in the app. And we've used a lot of different functionality from Fliplet, sort of gamification. There's lots of different questions and check-in points for the students and quizzes. And that has really helped us in ensuring that students are still getting the learnings from the in-person day, but in the app. That's been really helpful. SMBP uses Fliplet as much as we possibly can. We have an app for our students, and there's actually 3 apps that sit under a portal app. And those apps are unlocked for students based on where they are in their journey with us. So we have a registration app for students to register for the programme. That's for us to understand all of their information, to get guardian consent, media consent from their guardians or parents. And then also there's a student agreement, so the students understand what conduct we expect from them during the week. Once that is completed, we then unlock the Work Insight and Skills Week app. In there is everything the students need for the SMBP programme. So there is a pre-programme assessment where the students can benchmark where they are and their competency levels before the programme. That same questionnaire is asked at the end of the programme as well as part of the post-programme survey, and that just helps them understand how they've improved their competencies and skills across the week. There is also an agenda for every single day that the students visit. Within the agenda, there's links to Google Maps so they can get directions to where they need to go every day and also get excited about the agendas that the partners have. There's also a daily skills log where students can log what skills and competencies they've developed during the week. And there is the opportunity for students to upload a vlog at the end of the week as well, which is great. So it's always lovely for the partners to hear from the students after the programme. So that's kind of the Work Insight and Skills Week app. The other actual key element of that is that at the end of the post-programme survey, when they've completed it, it unlocks a personalised certificate for the students. And that's something that Fliplet did for us on a bespoke basis. It is amazing how incentivised students are to get a personalised certificate. We have a completion rate of that post-programme survey of 94%, which is really high. And it is purely, I think, because they want to get that personalised certificate. So that's been great. Then the third app that we have is our career support piece, and that is unlocked for students once they complete an SMBP programme. That gives them access to our career mentoring platform where they can get advice from professionals from a variety of different industries. It also gives them lots of information on pathways to law, which has been curated by the SRA Bar Standards Board. There's also information in there on pathways into finance provided by the ACCA and ICAEW, lots of acronyms. And then there's a piece in there as well about student finance, which has been provided by one of our patrons, Martin Lewis. So that app is really valuable for students following the programme as a just constant reference point for them. We do also give them information on any opportunities that come from our key partners in that career support app. So if a partner, for example, was going to be recruiting for a solicitor apprenticeship, we would add that into the live opportunities of the app and send students a push notification to let them know that a new opportunity has been added. Then they could go and check it out and see if it's of interest. And that's worked really nicely for our longer term impact, which is getting the students actually into some of the organisations that we work with and letting them have a successful career. We use a lot of Fliplet's functionality. I guess if I was going to list 3 as the top functionalities in terms of impact and how much it's helped us, the first would actually just be the ability for guardians to complete a form and sign it Before, that was a really difficult process, trying to get those forms completed and signed and sent to SMBP, whereas now it's pretty seamless. So we actually have the student completes an information form. Once they've completed that, they provide the guardian's email address within it, and that automatically prompts an email to be sent to the guardian. So that's been fantastic. The second functionality that we have is the students' names being added to a certificate once they've completed our post-programme survey. And that has worked incredibly well in terms of incentivizing students to complete the post-programme survey. It's really important to us that we understand how successful the week has been and any ways that we can improve. So collecting that information from the students is hugely valuable. Having the personalised certificates has allowed us to have a completion rate of 94%, which is fantastic. And then I think the last piece is really around the resilience and goal planning modules and the gamification within that, because when we decided we wanted to create learning modules within the app, we were a little bit concerned that it would be a bit dry with just having videos and text, but actually we've been able to incorporate lots of different interactivity within the modules that I think encourage the students to complete the whole session, which is, again, really valuable for them and great for us to see as well when they're completing it. Our apps are available on app stores and also via HTML. What we find is that for students who are taking part in the online program, the HTML format is better because we will include a link to the webinar in the app, and that will take them directly through to the platform that we use to host our webinars. So that helps with a seamless experience. And for the day-to-day communication with students, we tend to find the app in the phone with the push notifications works best. In the future, I would love to see us develop another app for our trustees potentially. So that could be an app that helps them keep on top of all our board papers and understand scheduling as well to help out with that. I'd also love to see another app which would be for our partners who take part in the programme. For them, there is still a little bit of admin lifting, and I could definitely see how an app could help streamline that. So as an organisation, SMBP works with any businesses that have a passion for social mobility and have some time and resource that they are happy to commit to our programme. And that can look like delivering a work insight day in one of our in-person clusters. That could be delivering an interactive 2-hour webinar as part of our online programmes. It could also be being trained in our resilience and goal planning content and delivering that in one of our UK regions. And so we work with organisations, law firms, finance firms, but also lots of SMEs. I think the reason why so many law firms do work with us is, as a team, we try and make your involvement in our programme as impactful as possible without taking too much time and resource from you. So, a law firm may bring a client on board and deliver a day to a group of 25 to 30 students, and that's their involvement in the programme. Following that, they can then sign up to our career mentoring platform and support students who are wanting advice from professionals on their ongoing career. They can then also send us any career opportunities, any recruitment opportunities for students. And that's really kind of completing the circle for us. You've got your short-term impact, which is all about giving the students an insight into your business, improving their competencies and their confidence and their understanding of what they might want to do in the future. You've got the mid-term impact, which is all around helping them in their applications and giving them plenty to talk about when they're applying to university or apprenticeships. And then the longer term piece, which is actually helping them secure a career with these organisations, and I think having the confidence and the know-how on how to do that. So that's why we work with lots of organisations, and it's hugely successful. I think we have firms that recruit a lot of their apprentices from SMBP, if not all. So really, if you've got a passion for social mobility and you want to try and make a difference, we're here to support and help you in that. If people want to find out more about SMBP, you can just go to our website, which is smbp.org.uk.